ito kumbaga para siyang painting ng European master ang dating ito yung kumbaga bandehado ang pinangsalok nung nagsabog ng ng kagandahan. Sana habang nagsasalita tayo ay okay pa ang couple na to kasi marami mga bulong-bulungan.
Kaya yung sa akin, yung listahan ko ng in real life, long-lasting kasi mahirap yung mga ganyan.
The Pod Network Entertainment.
Hello and welcome to another edition of Best 10 Bets. Ako po si Butch Francisco.
At ako si Leo Katigbak.
At kung nalalaman nyo lamang kung ano pinagtatawanan namin, hindi, ang topic natin hindi naman katawa-tawa, in fact cute. Di ba?
Actually, pwedeng nakakakilig, pwedeng
Rimarin.
Hindi, feeling ko hindi. Walang nakakarimarin sa, at least sa listahan ko, wala. Ewan ko sa'yo.
Kaya nga, the 10 best looking real life couples. Oo. So yun, kaya umpisahan ko na.
Okay,
Couple
go!
at number 10, si Barbie Fortesa and Jack Roberto. They're a couple in real life naman. Di pa sila married, but hopefully they'll get there. Ibang-iba yung isang pint size kasi cute si Barbie.
Para sa umpisa pa lang nilistahan mo, feeling ko, hindi magkapareho listahan natin.
Si Jack Roberto
okay.
is really all hunk. Tignan mo yung picture na yan, di ba parang opposing sila.
Hindi naman.
Isang parang bulto yung isa tapos isa medyo petit.
But not in this photo. I mean, if you look at the photo, parang yun. Pero si David Licao ko wala naman sa picture.
Hindi, yun ang actually.
Okay.
Although,
hindi not for him because I like Barbie and David in Maria Clara and Ibarra.
Kaya nga, although, sorry Jack, pero kasi, which is naiintindihan naman niya, kasi professional naman si Jack Roberto. Pero syempre, ang mga fans tatanungin, mas feeling nila mas bagay si Barbie Fortesa and David Licauco kasi because of the chemistry. Kaya lang kasi, for professional reasons, yun, kung yun ang gusto ng pumapayag si Jack Roberto naman na, sige, kayo ni David Licauco, pero ang puso talaga ni Barbie Fortesa ay na kay Jack Roberto.
Okay.
So, tapos at number 9 ko, si Sarah Geronimo and Matteo Guidicelli.
Okay.
3 years older si Sarah. Parang ganon. Older siya than Matteo. Pero hindi halata eh.
It only matters naman kung halimbawa 12-year-old ka tsaka 9-year-old eh. Pero pag nandun ka na sa mga 20s mo, doesn't really matter anymore.
Tsaka baby face naman din talaga si Sarah. Tsaka isang parang Pinay beauty, tapos isang Italiano.
Hindi, pero si Matteo naman, I don't think he's a pure Italian.
Pero hindi.
Pero kumbaga, I think
mas malakas yung Caucasian blood.
Yeah, pero pag tinignan mo si Matteo at si Sarah, I've always thought of them as a good-looking couple. And I'm actually very happy when I see them because I know that they look happy together. I'm happy for them.
Alam mo, siguro kaya good-looking couple sila because happy sila.
Tama. Kasi makikita mo sa ngiti nila. Alam na sa ngiti ni Sarah.
Oo, di ba?
I'm happy for her. Si Matteo, I've always liked him. He's a really nice guy. He's very, very hardworking. He's very entrepreneurial. And we just don't get to see each other of late, lalo na nung lipat sa Channel 7. Pero si Matteo, pag nakakasalubong, he's always got a firm handshake and a warm smile to welcome you.
Maganda ang pagpapalaki. At number 8, Ann Curtis at saka si Erwan Yusuf.
Ako agree naman ako dyan.
Di ba?
Parang kulang na lang ilapatong mo sila sa ibabaw ng cake eh.
Di ba? Parang sila cake topper na.
Correct.
Kasi parang sinasabi, guwapo at guwapa.
Correct.
Di ba? Parang how can they go wrong?
At saka hindi. I think lalo na for example when you talk about somebody like Ann Curtis na sobrang ganda. And I mean, she's also accomplished a lot. It also takes a different kind of partner para hindi mai-intimidate sa kanya. And I think Erwan was already doing a lot of his own stuff so that they end up not competing but actually complementing each other.
And it helps kasi si Erwan kasi is accomplished on his own.
Correct.
Ang hirap siguro kung wala si Erwan, parang ang hirap siguro ihanap ng mapapangasawa si Ann kasi nga sa sobrang ganda, di ba?
Actually, dilemma naman yan ng either sobrang ganda na babae o kaya sobrang accomplished na babae.
Sobrang talino.
Kasi it can be very intimidating for interested parties. So that's why I think this was a combination that worked very well. He has his own thing, she has her own thing. And when they're together, they're able to do something else.
Kumbaga sa tennis, pwede silang di ba? Yung ipupukol yung isa tapos ipupukol pabalik, di
Oo,
ba?
oo.
Ganon. Tapos
They don't compete with each other.
yeah. So they compete just
No, they
within-
complement each other.
Yeah. Ibang-iba ang ginagawa nila.
Correct.
And at number 7, ito hindi mo akalain nung umpisa na magwo-work yung Judy Ann Santos at saka si Ryan Agoncillo.
Love ko yan, dalawang yan.
Kasi 'di ba yung hindi pa sila gumawa nung soap na yan.
Si Ryan at saka si Judy Ann, love ko yung couple na yan eh. And I used to tease Ryan before nung gagawin nila yung Kristala. Tapos sabi niya, never siya that time sabi niya, hindi niya type si Judy Ann hindi siya mafo-fall in love. Sabi ko, tigil-tigilan mo ko ha. Huwag mo ko babalikan na pag biglang sasabihin mo mamaya extolling her virtues. By mamaya-maya. She's really nice ha. Alam mo, maganda siya.
Alam ba ni Judy Ann itong kinikwento mo?
Oo, kinuwento ko na yung kay Judy Ann dati. I've known naman Judy Ann before eh. Tapos I actually did meet Judy Ann even before they got married eh. So nasama ko na yan sa biruan nila dati. And you know, it's an interesting marriage because he's accomplished in his field, she's accomplished in her field. Pagkatapos even before they started, 'di ba, she had adopted na.
Yeah. Hindi, tsaka 'di ba kasi parang 'di ba si Ryan yung parang learned. Yun gano'n. Tapos
Uy, tama ang pronunciation niya ha.
bakit?
Hindi, maraming kasi nagmamali dyan sa
Ganun ba yun? Okay.
That's actually a precise use of the word.
Sige, learned.
Well, you just ruined it.
You just learned today.
So there's a difference between one is a noun and one is a verb.
Okay. So, si Judy Ann naman,
an adjective, sorry.
hindi naman nagpanggap na intelihensya siya, di ba?
When you talk to Judy Ann is very, very smart. She's not an Inglesero.
Oo.
There's a difference because hindi naman automatic na hindi ka nag-i-English, ibig sabihin.
Bobo
hindi
ka na.
Hindi yun ang word na gagamitin ko, pero hindi ka kasing galing. Because when you talk to Judy Ann, matalino si Juday.
Una-una, hindi siya magiging young superstar kung hindi siya matalino.
Gifted on a lot of different levels. She's also very, very street smart. She's very, very practical. She's very pragmatic about things. Siguro, wag lang sila mag-away ni Ryan ng English na dire-diretso at tatalunin naman siya ni Ryan.
Bago interview ni Judy Ann Santos, ang galing na niyang magsalita.
Hindi siya kasing galing mag-English noon, mas magaling siya mag-English now. Kaya 'di ba si Judy Ann pina-punchline nga niya na pag nagtatalo sila o pag tinatanong yung anak, let's Google. And to me, I love it that si Juday can poke fun at herself with things like that. But only people who are actually smart can do that.
You really think,
And with such confidence.
Yung movie nila, yung kasal-kasali kasalo at saka yung sakal-sakali sa Klolo. May parang malapit pa sa buhay nila yun.
Parang yes and no. Kasi pag nagkukwento naman si Joey Reyes, parang oo eh. Pagkatapos, merong mga part na sinasabi ni Joey na itong eksena to, nahirapan ka raw kasi that was the time na nag-aaway sila, na hindi sila nag-uusap. So may mga ganun. And I think when we talked to Judy Ann before, parang sinasabi niya na that's why I think certain scenes also were easier because they were relatable and there were certain consistencies na halimbawa paano sila magtampuhan. So kumbaga, yung mga ganun, there was a comfort na ay nangyayari in our real life eh. So madaling
Na-imagine mo ba si Mami Carol, si Gina Pareño?
parang hindi. Yung bototay.
Tsaka yung mga constituents.
Pero ako
tsaka di ba sabi niya, siya isang politician.
Pero alam mo, gusto ko rin si Gloria Diaz at saka si Ariel Uretas. I think Gloria and Ariel have perfected the art of playing each other's husband and wife.
Actually, si Ariel magugulat, ang galing na artista pala.
Kasi si Ariel naman, komedyan. At saka si Ariel is a very good host. We should have an episode nga on hosts eh.
Yeah.
To me, Ariel is one of the smartest guys and
Yeah, at gumawa tayo ng yung the best host, number 1 ka. At number 6.
Kaya yung sa akin, yung listahan ko ng in real life, long lasting eh. Kasi mahirap yung mga ganyan.
Who could be better looking than Sam Milby and Catriona Gray, di ba?
And Catriona's so nice. I remember meeting her recently for the very, very first time. And she's one person na parang pag kami-meet mo pa lang, biglang ang gaan-gaan ng loob mo sa kanya. I mean, she's that warm. And si Sam, I've known Sam since his PBB days. I've even traveled with him on some occasions. And si Sam is also a very, very wonderful guy.
Actually, ayan, mabait yan.
Nice people.
Ako never ko pa nakita si Catriona, pero may nagsabi sa akin, nakita niya si Catriona. Ang una niyang tinanong sa sarili niya, tao ba ako? Kasi pagkatabi mo rin si Catriona Gray, hindi ka mukhang tao.
Hindi, ako naman ang feeling ko, pagkausap mo o kasama mo si Catriona, it seems effortless on her part. but you suddenly feel very comfortable with her because she does not impose anything na, hey, I'm Catriona. Walang ganun. The first time I met her, I just thought she was such a warm person. Kung magkakameron opportunity, magiging kabarkada ko yan.
Lahat na lumalabas sa bibig niya tama, laging politically correct.
That I don't know. I don't know. That I don't know. I cannot ascertain that.
Kasi wala pa ako narinig na interview niya na sumablay yung ano niya.
No, because I don't think she's projecting anything. I think she's just being natural. So yung sa kanya, she likes talking about topics that probably interest her and whatever.
Anyway, at number 5, Vilma Santos and Ralph Recto.
Feeling ko para may bumabawi. Okay.
Hindi
Para may
kasi-
bumabawi.
So, hindi kasi, di ba, parang, 11-year difference yata sila or 10. Nung kinasal sila, parang magkaedaran. So, pero ngayon, because, aminin natin, si Vilma Santos, mukha pa rin bata hanggang ngayon, di ba?
Pagkatapos, I posted the photo with her. Si Ate V, Ate V, yung regular sabi, oo naman. So, pagkatapos may nag-comment na, sabi lang, I think, and it was a nice compliment to me also. Sabi niya, I think the two of you have found the fountain of youth. Kasi totoo naman si Ate V, mukha pa rin napaka-fresh, mukhang napaka-bata pa rin.
Sorry, Senator, pero mukhang matanda na si Ralph kaysa kay Vilma ngayon. Kaya, so, finally...
di ba siya ang Secretary of Finance? Baka maraming problema sa Finance Department. Kaya, you have to admit it naman, yung mga taong tumatakbo ng politiko,
Nagpolitiko rin naman si Vilma.
Mas exception nga si Ate V eh. Pero yung mga tumatakbo ng politiko, hindi naman
agad.
hindi naman kasi biro ang sinasagupa mo ng problema. So, yun.
Kaya nga pinapatakbo akong bukal sa amin, ayokong tumakbo eh.
Kagawad?
Hindi, bukal nga eh.
Anong bukal?
Board member.
Ng Neighborhood Association?
Hindi, sa bahay lang namin.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
natalo.
Okay.
Tapos natalo pa rin ako.
Okay.
Bagay na sila talaga ngayon.
Oo naman.
Tsaka
oo
pag
naman.
yung mga vlogs.
Well, this is the other thing also. I think even with the age difference, I think they got into the relationship at the right time where there was never going to be any competition between the two of them. So in fact, when Ate V ran for politics, Ralph was there very, very supportive of her and guiding her. Kasi ang pinaka-dangerous dyan ay yung magiging competitive ka dun sa partner mo, sa asawa mo. Kaya madalas may mga hindi nagwo-work eh. But I think in this particular case, they were both very complementary to each other.
In other words, mabuti lang hindi nag-artista si Ralph Recto.
Ang nakatulong kay Ralph, Vilma knew how to be comfortable in public. So I wouldn't be surprised kung sinasabihan niya si Ralph na, hindi, Ralph, siguro dapat ganito pag halimbawa kasama mo yung mga tao para mas makikilala ka nila. So, not necessarily sa pag-aartista, pero you have to admit, hindi rin naman tatagal si Ate V kung hindi niya alam kung paano makisama, makibagay, at makituring sa mga Vilmanians niya.
Yeah.
It is a skill which I think a politician will benefit from.
Hindi, yun na. Kaya nagka-compliment sila because si Vilma learns from Ralph.
Yes.
Tapos si Ralph naman,
Also will
yun
learn
nga,
from Vilma on certain other aspects, especially as a public person.
and how to deal with the
Correct,
masses.
correct,
O, diba?
correct.
Kasi diba,
Tama.
diba, if you're ganyang kabistiso ka,
Oo.
so naturuan siya, sigurado naman ni Vilma kung paano makitungo sa
Tama,
mga sa masa.
tama.
Number 4, Gabby Garcia and
Khalil Ramos.
Khalil Ramos. Okay.
Yeah. They're still a little young, that's why I didn't put them in my list. But I do like Khalil and Gabby. And si Gabby actually looks, to me maganda siya sa litrato, but I think she looks even better in person. At saka siya yung tipo na kahit walang makeup maganda.
Yeah.
And si Khalil, I've known him for such a long time. So parang hindi naman sa lumaki, pero I knew him when he was much younger. And Khalil has not changed. He's always been this nice guy. Always pag nakita ka at na-recognize ka niya, siya yung una lalapit sa iyo and everything.
Pero dapat talaga mas ma-utilize pa siya.
Si Khalil?
Si Khalil.
I think
Si
so.
Gabby naman i-utilize siya eh. Oo.
Oo.
So,
And because Khalil is very, very talented. But I think this is also one of those situations where there's a reality kasi na yung pag sumisikat ka, parang kumbaga, pwedeng lahat kayo talented, pero syempre may ibang kinang siguro ang John Lloyd Cruz, may ibang ano. I think in that regard, hindi mo matatawaran ang talent ni Khalil. Pero I would, kasi remember, Khalil was also, he was in Princess and I, di ba?
Perennial Uri-Anomi niyan.
Ano siya, ang talent niya hindi mo matatawaran, pero kumbaga kung hahanapin mo yung X Factor na parang Daniel Padilla, may nakaungo si Daniel doon. Parang ganun.
I guess, ano talaga, yung star, yun nga,
Yung star quality. I think, and it's not something that, it's not something that you learn eh.
Kumbaga,
Nora Honor Hase.
Daniel Padilla isn't necessarily better looking than Khalil Ramos. Kaya lang kasi,
And not
yung star
necessarily a better
quality,
actor than Khalil. But wala kang magagawa eh. That X factor plays a lot eh. And that's the one that appeals to fans.
Yeah.
So hindi na talent na pinag-uusapan natin dito eh.
Kung acceptability ng
Hindi man accept. X factor is always something that you cannot define.
Charisma. Yun na
Oh.
lang. Okay.
Parang halimbawa ikaw, ang X factor mo, ibang-iba sa X factor ng mga naging co-host mo dati. Kaya ikaw yung mas namamayagpag.
alam mo naman aking virtud. Ang number 3 ko, I don't have to explain. Dahil Donnie Pangilinan and Bel Mariano, laging sa yung Star Magic na ball, laging sila, kumbaga, prom king and queen, lagi sila. Kahit isang feature sa kanila, pwede mong itapon. Di ba lahat parang perfection ang mga features sila and the way yung mga mukha nila were put together.
Kay Belle, I wasn't as impressed a few years back. Kasi masyado pa siyang bata eh. But I did meet Belle recently. And when I saw her, then sabi ko, meron ka talagang kailangan papatandain mo muna ng konti. Kasi parang as we did, like wine gets better with age and whatever. I think the first time that I saw Belle, masyado pa ako nababataan sa kanya. So kumbaga, hindi ko pa nakikita kung ano yung extra quality niya. But when I met her recently, sabi ko, malayo ang aabutin nito.
Balikan natin si Vilma Santos. Si Vilma nung umpisa, yung mga 18, 19 hanggang mga mid-20s, hindi siya ganun kaganda. Hindi ako pero nung when she gave birth, nung naging nanay, doon gumanda, 'di ba? Parang yung maturity, para bang all of a sudden talagang buong babae na siya. Si Bel Mariano is getting there. Hindi ko naman sinasabi sa kanya magdalang tao siya, ano?
Hindi. No.
Pero
But I think kasi
the way it is,
sometimes
maganda na siya talaga.
At saka feeling ko lang sometimes when they're a little too young, hindi mo pa nakikita yung totality ng qualities nila.
Kasi minsan when you're too young, may baby fat ka pa.
Hindi,
diba?
tsaka nagbabago pa itsura nila eh. Pero ito, really, when I saw Belle recently, sabi ko, I'm seeing a lot of very good qualities in her.
And look at this photo.
That's actually a good photo of the two.
Yeah. Oo. At number 2, Richard Gomez and Lucy Torres. Ito yung parang coffee and cream. Nagko-compliment, di ba?
Tama.
Isang ang ganda-ganda ng skin tone, isang ang puti-puti.
Good-looking couple. And the thing is also, they're also in their own respective fields. Now, even if you say that Goma is now in politics, parang they were never in a competitive situation. They were always in a complementary situation. And even, nakakatuwa nga, when we've had premieres like Hihintayin Kita sa Langit, Lucy was there with Goma. And sabi ko, pipilib ka rin, no? I mean, when people would see Goma and Don, parang as a perfect screen couple and whatever. And then you have Lucy Torres na ganito rin kaganda. She's not intimidated at all. She's a big fan. She cheers them on and whatever. Mapapabilib ka talaga. And aside from the fact that I think Lucy's such a nice person.
Hindi, I think kaya sila such a nice couple because I know parang they're really in love.
Yes.
And it shows.
Yes.
'Di ba? Na happy sila sa pagsasama nila.
Correct.
At like that post, hindi mo fake yan.
Oo naman. You're kind of glad also that they met each other later in life. Because I think if had they met each other earlier, it may not have been as...
Hindi, at saka mas mabuti, hindi si Lucy, hindi nagtuloy sa kanyang acting aside from I Love Lucy.
Oh yeah, that's
Yun.
true.
Kasi kung let's say yan, naging leading lady sa pelikula, I think mas magkakaroon sila ng problema.
Agree naman ako dyan.
Yun. Yung kaya si Richard naman kasi, tanggap naman kasi nga, again, like what you said, fan siya ni Richard Gomez.
Ah.
So,
And then, nung love team ni Richard Don. And
pero I guess, kahit nung gumawa sila di ba gumawa rin naman siya ng movie with other actors like sila Bea Alonso, di ba? So, hindi pa rin naging problema yon.
At saka feeling ko rin yung at the time that Goma married Lucy. Parang, di ba, parang yung sinasabi, parang dumaan na siya sa pagkabinata. Na-enjoy na niya yung the thrill of youth and whatever. And he was at the right age to settle down and whatnot. Kaya naman, maganda rin naman napapakita mo kay Goma at kay Lucy.
Hey, it's Stan.
It's Ro,
Chino,
Emil. And along with Rowan ASH, we are the Wrestling Podcast. We are the longest running weekly episodic Filipino wrestling podcast.
Each week, we talk about the latest happenings in pro wrestling. We give you takes from perspectives honed from years in the wrestling business and syempre as fans.
if you want someone to help process the feels about the different ganaps from WWE, AEW, NJPW, Impact, and more each week, you'll know what to do.
Tune in to the Wrestling Podcast on Spotify, Apple Podcast, and wherever you get your podcasts.
Ang aking number 1, Ding Dong Dantes and Marian Rivera. Kasi
Okay.
Ito kumbaga para siyang painting ng European Master ang dating ito yung kumbaga bandehado ang pinangsalok nung nagsabog ng ng kagandahan.
Pero to me kasi si Marian is also somebody who's gotten prettier with age. There are some na parang pag mas bata sila parang hindi ko masyado pero si Marian at her age right now, I just really find her so beautiful. And I think they really complement each other. Kasi even Ding Dong naman is not traditionally handsome . Pinoy ang pagkagwapo ni Ding Dong . Parang you look at them separate, yeah, they're good looking and whatever. But when you put them together,
They look good.
magic.
Yeah. Oo. Si Ding Dong is not Piolo Pascual.
Yeah,
di ba?
yeah.
Pero meron siyang sariling qualities niya.
Yeah, oo.
Matangkad,
Oo,
and then
oo.
matalino.
Oo. Magaling Marte.
At saka may pedigree.
Oo.
So, yun nga, talagang nagko-complement sila talaga. Kaya sa akin talaga, picture perfect itong couple na to. Okay. So, ikaw, sino ang mga mo?
Well, I guess as a qualifier, kasi ang listahan mo, I think, in general, sabihin ko, mas bata kesa sa listahan ko. Because
Nasa listahan mo si Fernando Royo.
hindi ganyan. No, because
si Rosa
because yung sa akin
Rosario Moreno.
hindi. No, I focused more on I guess also physical combinations,
Okay.
but also on longevity of the relationship. Okay. Anyway, ang number 10 ko, Anthony Pangilinan and Maricel Laksa.
That's true.
I mean, si Maricel, I've always found her very, very beautiful. And si Anthony naman siya pinakagwapo sa magkakapatid .
Kaya mo naman pala sinabing mas bata. Kasi yung sa akin, anak. Sa iyo magulang na.
Pero hindi. I mean, if you look at Anthony and Maricel until now, I mean, they're really a good-looking couple. Nagkaswerte yan lang. Ang ganda ng kombinasyon nila. Kaya, I mean, Danny being the
pero
prime
may
example
kwento
of
ko
that.
dyan. Kasi nung unang dating si Maricel Laksa, sabi ni Remy Monteverde, asawa ni Mother Lily, pinakilala
Ni Father. Si Father.
Kasi di ba ang nanay naman ni Maricel Laksa, the Imelda Ilana na isa sa pinakamagandang mukha
Naori naman.
ng 60s. Tapos
Ah.
sabi ro ni Father Remy, sabi niya, the mother is more beautiful than the daughter. Kasi nung dumating na matagal si Maricel Laksa, she had brown mousy hair. Galing Amerika.
Hindi, pero
tapos gumanda.
Hindi, pero yun nga, pero kasi may mga tao talaga na they really look better with as they get older. Because they get more character, they get more definition.
Yeah.
Mas gusto ko naman yun kaysa sinasabi uy, ang ganda-ganda ng
Nung
bata.
araw.
Ano nangyari? Bakit ito tumanda? Medyo naging ganyan. And I think, again, I always go back na as they build more confidence, as they accomplish more, it's not just physical beauty, it's also inner beauty or inner confidence that comes out . And I think that adds to the total package. And I think that's what worked with with Maricel. Even with si Anthony, as si Big, di ba, nag-newscaster and whatever.
Nag-model.
There's something that happens kasi when you are more accomplished . Di ba?
The confidence.
The confidence, the swagger, the how you are with people.
Pero wala namang yabang tong couple na to.
Oh. Pero pag nakita mo sila, you know that there's somebody they're a couple who's very comfortable in what they've done and who they are.
Basta ako, pwede ako manood, pwede ako magkaroon ng para Marcelac sa film festival. Kahit sunod-sunod na pelikula niya, hindi ako magsasawa.
Kaya nga tuwan-tuwa ako nung si Maricel Lacsa nandun sa Ironheart Kasi I hadn't seen her in a long time. Pagkatapos sa Ironheart, tapos maganda naman yung role niya dun sa Ironheart. So natuwa ako.
At saka happy ako na siya yung muse ni Joey Reyes. Diba? Tsaka ako
At saka si
diba?
Maricel, ang ganda-ganda ng ngiti niya.
Tsaka hindi siya tumatanda.
Oo. Ang number 9 ko, Drew Arellano and Iya Villania. Alam mo, si Drew, I was working with him in What's Up, What's Up. And si Iya was bata pa noon. So, I was kaya naging ninong ako sa kasal nila. Isa ako sa mga ninong.
Really?
No, because I was a witness to how the relationship blossomed. So, in fact, lagi kong kakwentuhan pa yung nanay ni Iya noon because she would be moving between here and Australia.
So, nagregalo ko ng oven toaster. At saka,
Ay, hindi. Alam naman nila hindi ko mayaman So, tanggap nila kung ano man yung binigay ko sa
binigay
kanila.
mo?
Ha?
Ano regalo mo sa kanila? Wedding gift mo?
Ay, ikaw naman. Siyempre para sa kanila, sila na lang yung makakaano.
Hindi pa. Isi-share mo lang naman Ito ba kapitera, electric fan?
Hindi kasya naman ata yung binigay ko.
Cash.
Pero konti lang. Konti lang. Kasi hindi naman malaki sweldo ko. Pero anyway, but Drew and E. I mean, if you were looking for parang analogy sa Amerika, si Drew yung star quarterback at saka si Iya yung cheerleader. I mean, to me, ganun yung dating nila. And then, si Drew is a few years older than Iya. So when Iya arrived, I think si Drew was immediately smitten with Iya. So parang technically, parang
Who wouldn't be?
parang binakuran na. Parang ganun. I don't think may ibang nakapandigaw na kay Iya because si Drew was already there. So when they actually got married, and I was bakit nga ba? I think I was one of the first people to find out about it kasi nakasalubong ko si Iya, tapos bigla siyang gumano, tapos nakita ko yung singsing. So I was actually one of the earliest people to find out after the announcement.
Meron akong kwento na kinuwento sa akin ni Aga. Aga Arellano, ha?
Okay.
Aga Arellano, hindi Aga Mula.
Okay.
Si attorney Aga Arellano, yung nasirang ama ni Drew. Sabi nung ni attorney Aga, kasi di ba nagkahiwalay yung parents ni Drew.
Ako hindi ko alam. I never asked about these things.
So, magkatabi matulog si Aga Arellano tsaka si Drew. Sabi ni attorney Aga, si Drew lang daw yung nakikita niya habang natutulog nakangiti.
Totoo naman yan. Para si Drew never, sa buhay ko, and I used to visit the What's Up set and I would have lunches or dinners with him from time to time. Si Drew, never ko pang nakitang nakasimangot yan At saka parang even when he's having a bad day, parang built-in yung smile niya sa mukha niya because he really has a very, very pleasant disposition And ang nakakatawa, ako sinusundan ko yung mga posts nila, nakakatawa sila with their kids. Pero hindi ka ba rin ba maiirita kay Iya? Nakailang anak na si Iya. Pag tinignan mo si Iya, parang, alam mo, hindi rin fair. Bakit parang hindi ka pa nagbubuntis? Pero siya, I was so happy when they finally got married because I was a witness to their romance over the years. And I'm so happy that when I would see them from time to time right now, it's still a perfect match. Parang feeling ko parang ang tagal yung mag-asawa, parang nagbabahay-bahayan pa rin kayo. Number 8.
Nakaka-thrill dapat yan, ha?
Actually, I like Luis and Jessie Mendiola. I mean, si Jessie went through a few relationships that were problematic. But I think when she finally met Luis, it was it was a match that was made in heaven. Si Luis, I've always liked him. I've not known him when he was a kid, but I've seen him when he was a kid. He's always a nice guy and whatever. And I like that he shared the same qualities with his dad na palabiro, masayahin. And siya, maganda ang tingin pananaw sa buhay. So in fact, when napakinig ko na si Luis at si Jessie, sabi ko, uy, feeling ko magtatagal to. And so far, so good. It's going strong. In fact, I saw them recently. Sabi ko, kumusta na yung magulang ng mga na nakakabuwisit kasi ang cute-cute ng mga anak nyo. Ng anak nyo. Di ba pag nakita mo naman yung baby ni Luis at saka ni...
Kamukha ni Vilma.
Pero di ba sobrang cute. Tapos nakakatuwa naman, pagkausap mo si Vilma, giliw naman siya sa apo niya.
Siyempre, dalawang lalaki anak niya. Siyempre, gutom na gutom sa apong babae yon.
Actually, parang si Charo yan eh. Kasi I remember when katrabaho ko pa si Charo. She had 2 sons. Sabi ko, Charo, pwede ka pang magka-baby girl.
Abangan na yung apo.
Pero sabi niya, hindi
dumating
na.
naman.
Tapos yung dumating, di ba? Sunod-sunod, si Talia at saka si Julia. Bago dumating yung 2 lalaki. Sabi ko, ay naku, grabe, spoiled na spoiled sa lola to sigurado.
Hindi, kasi may manika na siya.
Ay, pero, at saka, nakakatuwa kasi napaka-talented ng mga apo niya.
Yeah.
So, ayun. Pero si Luis at si Jessie, and you know, when you see them, they're a good fit. They're meron kasi parang feeling mo pinilit, sila hindi eh. Ngayon, ito medyo wholesome yung first 3 Pero
Ay,
yung,
grabe, pupunta ka sa mga sex stars. Hoy, most beautiful couple to yung nag-uusapan natin, ha?
Pero you have
Sino
to,
to susunod?
pero you
Sino
have
mga
to
kasunod
admit,
mo?
let's switch.
Kasunod mo
No.
si Ricky Rogers at saka si Scarlett
Sorry.
Revilla?
You would have to admit that Troy Montero and Aubrey Miles
Okay.
are a good-looking couple.
Oh.
Kaya lang ang difference is they add sex to the I mean, they're a sexy-looking couple.
Okay.
So pag makikita mo parang iisipin mo hindi lang yung parang even on a very physical level they are very very compatible and they've been at it for a long time. To me si Aubrey as she ages she actually gets better. Kasi hindi pa naman yung part na kulubot and everything. So para kumbaga with the maturity and whatever, there's also something to be said about a more mature woman. And I've always felt that when they finally did get together, they were a good match.
At long-lasting nga.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think they've been around a long time. My number 6 is another good-looking couple. Ben Wintel and Isa Calzado. Now, Ben may not be doing a lot of showbiz stuff. Pero to me, he's always been around ever since naging sila ni Isa. And I remember yung kay Isa, we used to have conversations before na I didn't even think na that she would become a mom eh. I mean, she wanted kids, but I didn't think that she wanted to go through the pregnancy and everything. So I was so happy when she actually became pregnant. And then si Isa naman, tinan mo naman yung ganda naman ni Isa. Parang feeling ko, it also takes a particular kind of man to be able to approach somebody who looks like an Isa Calzado.
Basta sa akin, mas maganda ang kalooban ni Isa Calzado.
Kaysa?
Maganda yung mukha niya. Maganda siya, pero mas maganda talaga.
Yung dati pa, akala ko in comparison. Hindi. Si Isa, you know, when you chat with Isa, when you meet her, ang inaano mo, parang perfect yung role niya doon sa Starting Over Again. Natatandaan mo, di ba, yung competition siya ni Tony Gonzaga. Mm-hmm. Pagkatapos may isang excited na may sakit siya na parang mukha siyang Blessed Virgin. Parang ang feeling ko, bagay na bagay naman kay Isa doon. Kasi ang pagkatao niya talaga is very, very nice. And not because she helps us also with Sagip Pelikula. She's been an active supporter of Sagip Pelikula. But even the times that I would have conversations with her and whatever, pure niceness. And even Ben is very, very nice.
Never ko nasabi sa kanya yun. Pero bago pa dumating si Ben Wintel sa buhay niya, I've always prayed na should end up with the right person.
Yeah.
Kasi mahal na mahal ko tong babae.
Although ako feeling ko from kay Isa even before, parang mas suited ang personality niya with a foreigner. Hindi Pilipino ang nakita ko magiging partner niya.
Kilala ko yung Pinoy, ha?
Ay, wala akong pinapain kasi hindi naman ako masyadong privy dun sa dati. Pero parang pagkakita ko kay Isa, sabi ko, hindi, mas foreigner ang bagay sa kanya. Ang next, we share the same list, Erwan and Anne. They just complement each other. They are not competitive. He has his thing, she has her thing. And I think when they're together, it's just parang nakakainis naman. Such a good-looking couple. Parang
pero si Anne is slightly older din, di ba?
Is like ano?
Slightly older, tama ba ako?
I actually don't remember. I don't know. Kasi to me parang at a certain point they stay at a certain age.
Kasi si Anne naman kasi parang hindi naman tumatanda din eh.
Oh, totoo. At saka si Anne kahit walang makeup, makakasalubong mo lang. Ayan, Anne is another person na laging may smile on her face. Parang Luis yan eh. Laging may smile. At saka ano siya, always pleasant and everything.
Nakita ko na magalit yan.
Hindi ko pa naman na-witness yan. Hindi ko pa naman na-witness na magalit si Anne. Ang number 4 ko is actually the number 1 on your list. Okay. Ding Dong and Marian. And I think I've explained already why I feel so good looking at the two of them. Parang ano yan eh, parang if they've been a couple for a very very long time and you kind of wish that their kind of relationship is the relationship a lot of your friends who are getting married would get into.
Yeah.
Diba?
Invited ka sa wedding nila?
Hindi.
I was there.
I've only met Marian once when she did the movie with Star Cinema. I think I've only also met Ding Dong once. I mean, I've been around them, but I've never really had conversations with them. But I know people who know them.
I know you've been around.
Ay, alam mo, parang yung around na sinasabi mo, parang hindi maganda yung meaning eh. Pero,
Ikaw ba nagsabi eh?
after several wholesome choices, balik naman tayo.
Dito na ako kinakabahan. Ano to? Bomba star na to?
Hindi. Ang number 3 ko, Derek and Ellen Adarna. You have to admit, it's like when you see the two of them, that's really like pure walking sex appeal between the two of them. When you see people, parang you can't imagine them having like a sex life or whatever.
Kumbaga sinasabi mo sa Christmas play, hindi sila pwede maging St. Joseph at Virgin Mary.
Para
Ganon.
it's a very different play if that's what happens. Pero kasi naman, pati naman si Ellen Adarna.
Oo naman.
Ay, di ba? Parang feeling ko, it also takes a particular kind of man to be able to approach an Ellen Adarna. So it has to be somebody who's equally confident and whatever. And kahit naman tingnan mo naman si Derek naman is walking sex appeal eh. That's why I just wanted to add this kwento. Remember, he was originally cast in The Mistress. And then for whatever reason, nakapag-shooting na siya and everything, but hindi na to and the role went to John Lloyd. So I was actually talking to Olive about it. Tapos sabi niya, syempre Leo, ibang-iba yan. Kasi the attraction between the character of Bea and the character of Derek had these kinds of motivations when sila yung cast ng The Mistress. The moment that it became John Lloyd, nag-pivot siya, naging more romantic and whatever. Because you have to admit naman that even when they did magkaribal with si Gretchen and si Bea, ang selling point rin naman talaga ni Derek is sex appeal. I mean, pag tinan mo siya, karnal naman ang nagiging dating niya. It's the same thing with Ellen Adarna. So when you have somebody, a male and a female na ganun ang dating, tapos together, na explosive, and they just fit together so well.
Ito,
It looks good.
This is the right question. Is it because they also both come from the same kind of financially well-off families?
It could be because that was something that they never had to worry about.
Yeah.
I think that's
Like, hindi pwedeng matahin ng pamilya ni Ellen si Derek because
Correct.
he has his own.
correct. So and they've
Ito na lang
been
siguro.
together a long time,
Water seeks its own level.
True.
Ayun.
That's
Diba?
the same.
Kaya siguro, that is one reason kung bakit sila tinatawag nga yung swak ta swak.
Okay.
Diba?
Okay.
Ayun.
Ang number 2 ko was also on your list. Richard and Lucy. Great looking couple. Aside from that, sobrang bait. In fact, di ba si Goma naging mayor ng Ormoc? So, when I was in the Visayas State University for a talk, napag-usapan namin, wala si Goma nun. Pero,
You like you talk behind his back?
I don't, well, if it's this kind of talk, it's a good talk. But I was talking to the people there and they were saying na maganda ang work ethic na dinala ni Goma sa pagiging mayor niya sa Ormoc. Kasi sinasabi nila, Goma daw arrives earlier sometimes than the janitor and he would be the last one to leave. Pagkatapos, di ba, ang laki-laki nung ID nila na Tapos sinasabi daw nung ibang tao na, Mayor, bakit, kilala ka naman ng lahat ng tao, bakit kailangan mo pang isuot niya? Ang sagot lang niya, he has to walk the talk eh. So sabi niya, pag ako hindi ko gagawin ito, how can I impose on everybody else that they should follow So he was modeling it also.
Hindi, ano yun kasi, training niya sa ABS-CBN yun. Lagi ka kahit superstar ka, naka-ID ka.
Oh, well, nakakatulong rin yun. So alam mo, at saka ang napapakinig mo naman kay Goma, maganda yung work ethic niya. So the work ethic that he had in films, he brought it to his mayoral job in Ormoc. Kaya ang napakinig ko lang sa kanila was, he was hardworking, he was very, very diligent, and people respected him.
And punctual. Hindi kagaya ng ibang tao.
Oo. Alam na natin kung sino yun, di ba?
Kaya next time, dumating ka mas maaga-aga. Ha?
Okay, sige. And then, again, with Lucy, in terms of looks, wala ka nang pagdududahan. In terms of ugali, they're such a well-behaved couple. I just have to add, itong number 1 ko, actually, matagal ko, ilang beses akong ganun dun sa dalawang yan. Because they're a couple
Sino kaya ito?
Ha?
Sino kaya?
Well, wala sa listahan mo.
Okay.
So my number 1, which could technically also be my number 2 if they keep flipping, is Aga and Charlene.
Yeah.
I've met Charlene several times. In fact, I first met Charlene during the Miss Universe days. And I even have a photo from her from 30 years ago. So, nung isang araw pinadala ko kay Aga. Tapos tawa si Aga. Sabi niya, I'll show this to Charlene. But to me, they are such a good-looking couple. Tapos pati yung mga anak nila, pag tiningnan mo, sabi ko, ano ba naman yan? Parang hindi na talaga fair ang mundo. Tingnan mo naman ang itsura ng magulang. Tingnan mo naman yung itsura ng mga anak. Para talagang pinakyaw nila. Now, we're just talking about looks. But then, if you go to the other qualities, my encounters with Charlene, I mean, I've not known her as long as I've not had the opportunity to know her as long as Aga. But all of my encounters with her have always been very, very pleasant. But with Aga, all of my encounters with him from the Okie Dokie Days pa and the other stuff that he was doing with ABS-CBN, for somebody of his caliber, of his talent, of his stature, I always found him to be a very nice, down-to-earth guy. Every so often, we'd send messages. Minsan, out of the blue, he'd send a message. I'd send him a message and whatever. It's nice. It's pleasant. It speaks of somebody who has been raised well, who has good character. I mean, probably all of them dumaan sa pagkabata, sa pagkabinata and whatever. But at the stage of their life right now, they are very, very nice people. They're people that you'd
I know.
be comfortable as friends.
Unfortunately, nagulo ang buhay ko nung kinasal sila. But
Ay, hindi
that's
ko naman
another
alam.
story.
Oo,
Although, yung sinasabi mo, Miss Universe Days ni Charlene,
Oo.
ako bago pa, nung pinaprompt pa siya para sumali,
Oo.
because I knew her as a UST pre-med student.
Yes.
Tapos siyempre si Aga naman, tagal-tagal ko nang kilala niyan. Kaya lang kasi nung ikakasal na sila, nagpa-press call ang tatay ni Aga. Tapos, akala ko naman kasi dahil yung father of the groom nagpatawag ng press call, it's going to be a very nice, jolly conversation. Yung pala.
Ay, hindi ko alam. Ako, I don't remember that happening. So,
Anti-wedding pala.
okay.
Ang nangyari.
I'm not familiar with it,
Kaya-
so hindi ko alam.
From year 2001 hanggang 2003, miserable buhay ko. Dahil inaway ako ng lahat ng taong nakapaligid sa kanila. To the point na pati si Paolo Bidjones, yung issue sa akin nag-umpisa, na-demanda pati si Paolo Bidjones ng libel.
Talaga?
Sinakyan nung show niya eh.
Okay.
So kaya medyo, okay.
So para anong moral of the lesson? Mag-ingat kayo kay Butch Francisco kasi pwede kayo mademanda?
Hindi ko naman sinabi pick upin nila yung istorya ko. In fact,
Okay.
ako yung hindi na-demanda.
Okay. Swerte ka. Okay.
Yeah, yun lang. It just pains me na parang I love them individually.
Yes.
Kasi una na kasi hindi naman, 'di ba? Biglaan naman ang kasal nito halos. Kasi hindi naman.
Actually, I don't remember the details of it pero
Well, alam ko na lang 6 months into the wedding na ikakasal sila. Pero ang alam ko iba ang casting nung kay Aga, iba that time. So nagkagulatan na lang that time. So and then it happened nga na nagulo yung buhay ko na
basta ang alam ko this happened after Dayanara, di ba?
way after.
Oo.
Parang hindi naman nag-overlap.
Hindi. No, I'm not saying na pero parang kumbaga, ang alam ko yung Aga Dayanara days was much earlier.
Oo. Kasi Dayanara left mga 1999. Yung habang sinasabi mo nga, parang meron lang bubog sa dibdib ko because
Of that, what happened?
of what happened. 2 years na depression sa akin. Talagang depression.
Naku, parang nag-iba yung episode bigla, parang True Confessions of Butch Francisco, no?
Hindi
Parang hindi na
lang
siya
kasi-
best 10 bets. Pwede ba tayo mag-episode, top 10 bubog of Butch Francisco?
Actually, to this day, hindi nila alam ang nangyari.
Teka, anong hindi nila alam?
Hindi nila alam yung kung paano nadurog ang puso ko.
So,
nangyari.
magpadala po kayo ng link kay Aga at saka kay Charlene para mapanood ho nila itong episode na to at biglang meron hong ni-reveal na malaki si Butch Francisco.
With that,
You have our top 10 pero
I'm really sorry, Aga and Charlene, but one of these days, I just hope that one day we can sit down after 2 decades ito. Kasi after 2 decades, nandito pa rin siya sa puso ko. Medyo masakit kasi yun. It is ikaw naman kasi kailangan pa sila pa ilagay mo sa number 1 kaya naalala
hindi ko naman alam yung bubog mong yan eh.
Oo.
Kasi yung sa akin, di ba, I am the all pleasant experiences with the people on my list.
Yeah.
Ah.
Anyway, so
Ito
with
po
that-
yung aming top 10. Pero para ho sa iba, lalo na ho yung sa nakikinig sa podcast, meron pa ho kaming extra material na sasabihin namin after this. But for now, for this edition of Best 10 Bets, ito po si Leo Katigbak.
and Butch Francisco, who has finally recovered.
And we are inviting you to stay tuned to our succeeding episodes, and hopefully you enjoy our lists. You have your own lists. Maganda lang kung pinag-uusapan, and sana meron kayong napupulot dun sa mga trivia at mga anecdotes at mga kaalaman, lalo na yung nanggagaling kay Butch, kasi siya talaga wealth of knowledge.
Ikaw talaga, wealth of wealths lang talaga.
Thank you.
Maraming salamat. Ako po si Butch and
Ako po si Leo.
okay, abangan niyo yung podcast namin.
The opinions of podcast creators, hosts, and guests are not necessarily reflective of the official stance of the Pod Network Entertainment, its hosts, or other network programs. The content created by the people behind the podcast is personal and not meant to harm any religion, ethnicity, group, organization, company, or individual.